nervous. I'm always anxiety stricken all the time. Like even in simple things.
You wake up ready to go.
Yeah, I do wake up ready to go. But the nervousness for sure, like even little things, like I know how to control it because I know like there's no reason to be nervous, but I still get nervous.
See, and that's like the question. Like, can you, if you work on yourself so damn hard, can you completely change that when you're conscious, or is that like a baseline that's always part of who you
Oh, I
are?
gotta go. I've been working, told them please don't hit my phone. I'm in my zone, bruh, just leave me alone. Was on the road, but I swear I'm coming home. Now the drinks on me, I think we need a toast. See, I did it for me. Now my old friends calling, told them nothing's for free. Told me time is money, dog, swear I paid all my fees. I was starving for this game, now my family can eat.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Couple of News episode 72 with your hosts, Peter and Matt. Thank you everyone for tuning in and taking this time on this beautiful day to listen to us. We appreciate it because the time cannot be given back. You have no idea how much it motivates us when we see the downloads, the likes, and all the feedback that we get from you guys. That's what motivates us, and that's why we keep on doing this show. Some quick announcements, couplenurses.com for anything related to us. The shop is out. Jeez, those freaking merchandise out there looks awesome.
They're hot, man.
They're hot. We're going to be wearing them ASAP on these episodes. And our sister movement, wearefrontlinewarriors.com and frontlinewarriors.shop for anything conscious related. The blog post there. We have blog posts coming out at least twice a week on both platforms, so tuning in for that. And same thing with the Facebook groups. We have a ton of great feedback there, information. We have a great community that's growing, so don't miss out on that. And of course, our bi-weekly vlogs. Don't miss out on that. How you doing, Pete?
I'm doing great. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about astrology, so horoscopes and zodiac signs. I'm sure everybody has heard of them, and the month of November is approaching, so we're going to dive into each of the horoscopes or the zodiac signs, and also tell you a little bit about what your future has in store for you in November.
So this is perfect for any woman that wants to learn more about,
or guy, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to get to that, about their astrology sign, and maybe they can find out what November will bring. And then also for the guys, maybe your partner wants you to know more about horoscopes or how they operate. You learn about on this episode. Or maybe you're a single guy. Geez, it's a great talking point to bring up some horoscopes and be like, which you are. Oh, I know you're a Gemini, huh? So let's dive in.
Yeah, for you guys who don't know, a horoscope is an astrological chart or diagram representing the positions of the sun, moon, planets, astrological aspects, and sensitive angles at the time of an event, such as moment of your birth. So usually this takes into consideration your birth month, your birthday, and your birth time. And that's supposed to tell you a little bit about yourself on kind of how you present yourself, who you are internally as a person, and your strengths and your weaknesses. Some people would say this is a little woo, but a lot of people believe in it, and it does hold some validity sometimes in certain cases, as we've experienced.
I would agree. I think it's a definitely good understanding of some of the personality traits or characters or the direction you take unconsciously. But remember, you can change anything you want in life. So don't hold on to this as the end all be all, because I think that's where you kind of start losing yourself in the process, or it becomes predictive programming of the way you're feeling based on this damn zodiac sign or that planet that's aligned during that time.
Yeah. So definitely, if you're into this, pay attention to it, but don't overdo it where you're scared to do certain things because your zodiac sign for that month told you not to do it. So just a little bit of grain of salt. This is more fun to look at than anything else for me, to be honest. Yeah. So we'll start with the first one, Aries. That's the first one on the horoscopes and zodiac signs, because it's just where the calendar starts, you could say, for these signs. So Aries' birthday is March 21st to April 19th. Some of the strengths you have is courageous, determined, confident, enthusiastic, optimistic, honest, and passionate. Your weaknesses are impatient, moody, short-tempered, impulsive, aggressive. And as an Aries, you will like comfortable clothing, taking on leadership roles, physical challenges, individual sports, and you will dislike inactivity, delays, work that does not use one's talents. I'm trying to figure out if any of our friends are an Aries. I don't think I know anybody that's an Aries.
It's interesting because I'm like 2 days away from that month, so I forgot what the term is, but someone told me when you're on like the border, you can have some of those traits. So it's interesting how maybe I like to be a little bit impulsive, and that's why patience is always a virtue I strive for. So I can tell that air sign is just overtaking me, man. I always have to be doing some activity.
Right.
So for that, people, for Aries of this month, you are going to have a high point in your creative nature. So you might be losing yourself in the minute as you're setting up projects, but you're going to benefit from your vibration. So take advantage of this creative space that you're bringing in for the month of November. You may have some unexpected encounters. Jump on every opportunity. Your success will be striking. At work, we flatter you. So in your private life, we seduce you. Most of the time, you trust your instinct to make your choices. And supposedly, around 18th of November, you will face an courageous situation. In spite of everything, you will feel calm and do not let go. Do not have like a headlonging towards that conflict. Your initiatives, I should say, are bold. Whether you adhere to them or not, it does not matter. Continue on your path.
Yeah, and then I guess, so in these, we'll also have sections like what your love is going to be when you're in a relationship and when you're single. So your general feelings in love, or whatever you could say for this month, is your feelings are going to gain depth and you are going to build more real relationships. And you reveal your emotions to people you love. So book yourself moments of pleasure, escape alone or in pairs. So make sure that you're with somebody. It seems like.
And if you're a single Aries, on the 14th of that day, you might experience love at first sight. Over the adventure of a night, you prefer stable and sincere relationships. So lean into that more.
Yeah.
Maybe you need the relationship as a single person, even though you're telling yourself no, because that's your nature of being an air sign and always kind of floating around.
And then if you are in a relationship, it says towards the 21st, you will feel the need to step back, to get away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, to take off and cut the routine. Your other half is in agreement with your decision. So I guess maybe potentially a vacation in November, something like that, something to escape what you're kind of doing on a daily basis and your routine. Yes. So maybe some travel, maybe come visit us in Texas or something for all our Aries out there.
So the next one is Taurus. The dates are April 20th to May 20th. Some strengths are that you're reliable, patient, practical, devoted, responsible, and stable. Some of the weaknesses are stubborn, possessive, and uncompromising. So as a Taurus, you like gardening, cooking, music, romance, high quality clothing, and working with your hands. Some of the dislikes you might experience as a Taurus are sudden changes, complications, insecurity of any kind, and synthetic fabrics.
Our buddy Luke, he's a Gemini, but he's on kind of like you on the cusp, right? Because he's a May Gemini, so he leans a little bit towards a Taurus, right? And he's pretty stubborn.
I can see that stubbornness, man.
100%. So for a Taurus in November, focus on projects. Oh, it's good for us. It's good to know. Focus on projects. At the beginning of the month, you are not more motivated than that. You let yourself become lazy. Around you, the climate is warm. You feel like you are in a cocoon, so that explains that. You do not necessarily want to leave. Luke likes warm weather. Towards the 13th, some small financial worries will be managed. You will not be able to escape, but we can say that you will keep the upper hand and you will master the situation. Professionally, you may be put under pressure because of a change in planning or something like that. Your personal life is protected. The planetary aspects presage a harmonious situation when it comes to your loves. Dialogue is favored. Interesting.
Yeah. So in a relationship, you pretend not to be motivated and your partner does not understand your lack of enthusiasm, but don't worry, it's just a slump. It does not last. Very quickly you recover and you decide to prepare a surprise for your other half until the end of the month. Your relationship rolls well. Don't forget to surprise your loved one with something. And if you're single, a little love story may turn into passion. Do not touch the ground anymore. You may want to tackle everything for this person. Your entourage is trying to reason with you, but it is lost. This month, you hear nothing but what your heart dictates.
Yeah, it's a very love-filled month for Taurus.
Yes,
very love-filled and project-based. They're working on their future goals, and it seems that they're also working on their love life.
Yeah, and if you struggle with your stubbornness, just lean into that as a single person. Maybe it's someone that's in your life that's encouraging you to do something or take a risk, whatever. Maybe you lean into that more. Do the exact opposite of what your trait is based on your astrology sign.
Yeah, there you go. Next one is going to be Gemini. I'm a Gemini. So the birth dates are May 21st to June 20th. The strengths are gentle, affectionate, curious, adaptable, ability to learn quickly and exchange ideas. Weakness, nervous, inconsistent, indecisive. Geminis like music, books, magazines, chats with nearly anyone, short trips around the town, and Geminis dislike being alone, being confined, repetition, and routine. So I guess that's some validity. We're going to talk a little bit about our zodiac signs a little bit towards the end.
Stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss out what we are.
Yeah, 100%.
We're a mix of a lot.
Yeah.
And it's always so great at what we do. So as far as November, you're a little sensitive. You are not easy to live with right now. Geez, I'm preparing for that, huh? Travel nursing. This month, you have responsibilities, professional, family. If you lack the will, get closer to the people who spread positive energies. Do not lock yourself in the bubble. Winter's a special time. The decrease in brightness can affect the morale of everyone differently. The important thing is not to sink into bad thoughts. So optimism, my friend. Until November 11th, your ideas are confused. Around the 19th, you receive an answer that should please you. Psychologically, everything will be better. Your priority is not to do what you love. You set up your personal projects by following your intuitions. It is already a big step towards success. Your generosity arouses admiration. You can be proud of your actions.
So maybe November 19th, we're finally going to release something big that we've been working on. We should aim for that because maybe that's what it's telling me to do.
Right around Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And then regarding love in a relationship, between the obligations of daily life, children, and activities, you have trouble managing everything. But you ask your partner to get their hands dirty. If they agree to do it, they will be compensated for it, even if you do not quite agree with them. If you are single, you're tired of loneliness and you go around in circles. The stars encourage new encounters you may experience in a relationship with an ex or a loving friendship. In any case, you say goodbye to isolation. You find your zest for life.
We're a Texas woman out there.
Yeah, dude. I've never hung out with any Texas woman, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't mind a cowgirl, you know?
A cowgirl. Cowboy girl, maybe.
No, a cowgirl, because a cowboy and a cowgirl.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
A cowboy girl, a cowgirl.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she can teach me how to catch some fucking bulls or something, you know, or some cows. What's that called when you have the thing that you swing around and you catch them?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, maybe I'll find somebody with some farmland. We go hunting.
In general, I wouldn't mind going hunting, man. I seen Joe Rogan's post how they're just hunting elk.
And the thing's huge, right?
She looks savage, man.
Yeah. Maybe we'll find a girl and we could both go hunting with her.
Teach me how to trap. And you know how to, what is that called when you're looking
You trap in Chicago and trap it in Texas, a little bit different trapping.
On the real trapping out there with animals, right? And it's like, what is that called? Oh, tracking. When you're looking at prints, you understand, you know, what's going on. Is that a boar? Is that a deer? Maybe it's an elk. Maybe it's a freaking bear. You ain't trying to follow those tracks.
I was never always fond of tracking. You could do the tracking, I could do the shooting.
For
Can
sure.
do that.
It's
It's
kind of not fair if you think about it.
I'll let you hold the gun. How about that? You carry it
I'll hold the bow and arrow. If you missed a shot, dude, I'll just puncture with the
with a knife.
Actually, it's better to first shoot the arrow. If the arrow misses and he hears it, looks around, pop him with the bow.
What if I just shoot it so it's almost dying and you just finish off? You come up too close, take it out, you know, first look it's in his eyes.
Savage,
That'll be
man.
some shit. Like some Native American shit, you know?
Yeah,
I'd be down.
I'd be screaming, ooh,
Yeah.
right in the heart.
Yeah, and that way you let the other elk know, you know, Chicago's here, you know?
I mean, yeah, we do things in Chicago differently. So we're getting into Cancer, which is now a water sign. So dates are June 21st to July 22nd. If you're born around that time, you at Cancer. Some strengths are tenacious, highly imaginative, loyal, emotional, sympathetic, and persuasive. So weaknesses are moody, pessimistic, suspicious, manipulative, and insecure. So Cancer likes art, home-based hobbies, relaxing near or in water, helping loved ones, a good meal with friends.
So this is more of like an emotional one, huh?
Yes. So this person always bases them, they rationalize based on their emotion and how they're feeling. So it's really hard for them to, you could get caught up in it. Or you could be pessimistic, or yes, you're loyal, but also you can manipulate because maybe the other person can make you feel a specific way or whatever it is.
It's dangerous. Yeah, watch out, Cancers. So for the November,
Both of our friends are in a relationship with their Cancers. So it's both Konjo and Anya.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, they're both
Interesting.
Cancer. So it's interesting because yes, they're both use emotions as like
Damn.
their assessment tool for
You gotta
life.
be careful. It's interesting. Are cancers compatible with each other? I haven't looked this up, but is each zodiac sign compatible with each other?
I'm not sure.
No, because
I wouldn't
fire
think
signs and
so.
water signs, so
Right?
like
Because
fire and
maybe water could get along better, but if you're both fire signs and you both want to be a specific way, it's like two Tauruses. If they're both damn stubborn, where's the compromise?
Yeah.
Or they have to both teach each other a compromise. Maybe it's a good thing, but yeah.
So Cancer for November. At the beginning of the month, some conflicts can arise from nowhere. Turn down the volume and bury your head in the sand to calm things down. Everything will be fine. As soon as the situation does not turn to your advantage, you get on your high horse. Quiet your mind instead and leave to take a rest in peace. Disconnect from the daily routine, even if only for a few hours. It is only from the third week that calm returns. At that moment, you are ready for new adventures. You let the pressure drop. The planets then open the way. Opportunities are at your fingertips. You finally get out your shell. You express yourself and your feelings. Your mind is freed from all constraints. You are free. So sounds like you're going to have a bumpy start to the month. But once you get that shit figured out, you got smooth coasting.
Just let that emotional turmoil not get to you.
Yeah.
So in the relationship, you spend time with family rather than in private. If it does not seem to bother you, it's not the same for your partner. This month, the invitations are many. You enjoy them together. It is a situation that suits you very well. If you're a single Cancer, the stars put you on the pedestal on the people you meet around you. The 23rd are constructive. You may not end all of your surprises. You are not at the end of all your surprises. It be necessary to review your priorities. The planets have decided to change your plans. You benefit from good astral influences.
Interesting. Yeah. So like if you're single, your life's going to be basically like it is like in the state of November. Bumpy start, but then you're gonna finish smooth. So yeah, that was for Cancer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now we're going right into Leo. That
Leo.
fire.
Yeah, we have a friend that's a Leo, right? Want to check? Mac, is you a Leo?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, yeah. So this one's for you, Mac, if you're listening. So Leo, birth dates are July 23rd to August 22nd. Your strengths are creative, passionate, generous, warm-hearted, cheerful, and humorous. Your weaknesses are arrogant, stubborn, self-centered, lazy, and flexible. Leo likes theater, taking holidays, being admired, expensive things, bright colors, fun with friends. Leo dislikes being ignored, facing difficult reality, not being treated like a king or queen. I wonder, we should ask Chloe how was this one on this.
Yeah.
But you could definitely attest to some things. I could see him a little bit as being stubborn, but he's very flexible, I feel like.
Yeah.
But then he does like things like in routine as well.
Right.
So he likes to shake it. This has to be done then, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do that.
And it probably bothers him when he's like late or things are happening. But I could definitely see where he loves to be admired, right? He likes to be told. And I'm not saying, this is interesting because you could also use astrology as a way to not manipulate your partner, but you can bring out better aspects of them, or maybe you can find out what they want to hear more.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing, but of course you want to make your partner happy. It's almost like love languages, right?
Right. And same with the funds with friends. You also he likes to make sure that everyone's having a good time. So that's true on that one. Even when you flew to California with us.
100%. So this month, you're one of the luckiest signs of the zodiac. From the first week, you find your balance, new projects, gaining value. You are growing in strength. Your past efforts are finally paying off. Little by little, the snowball effects works pretty well. You take off. You're determined. Your character will make all the difference. Throughout the month, the professional field is highlighted. Proposals flow. Contracts multiply. You lay your foundation. The stars draw your attention to the fact that some of your commitments may have some consequences for your private life. However, small victories give you motivation. On the third week, you are completely devoted to your family, parents, and children.
Damn, the small victories for sure. Because like when we were at a meeting with him, he's like, it's the small things, and he always says like, it only might save you like a few minutes of time, but guess what? That few minutes adds up. So the small things really, really make him feel good.
And he does prioritize that. He does feel good when he has that order where he frees up that 15 minutes. Yeah, it's cool looking. It's cool seeing how these astrology signs do have a little bit of influence or the way to describe somebody.
Right. So if you're a Leo and you are in a relationship, If at the beginning of the month you hide your bad mood, it is only to avoid arguments. It is true that because of your workload, you are a bit on edge. Quickly, you raise the bar. You offer your partner a little moment of intimacy. You know very well how to do it. All right, Leos, you got it going. If you're a single Leo, around November 17th, Venus offers you the opportunity to make an exceptional meeting, as well as to tell you that you will shine with 1,000 lights. At that moment, your power of seduction is at its peak. You are bewitching. You experience very romantic moments. Damn. So yeah, even if you're single, if you're single, Leo, it's your month.
It seems like the sex life and the professional life is at an all-time high in November for Leos. And then at the end of the month, you're going to be like, all right, all that was good. Let's have some time for family and friends, what really matters in life.
100% respect. Next up is the Virgo. So Virgo dates August 23rd to September 22nd. Your strengths are loyal, analytical, kind, hardworking, and practical. Your weakness is shyness, worry, overly critical of self and others, all work and no play. Virgo likes animals, healthy food, books, nature, cleanliness. Virgo dislikes rudeness, asking for help, taking center stage. Interesting. Virgo is interesting. I'm part Virgo, supposedly.
So November 9th, that everything around you is starting to change. You are in a rather favorable period. In the combative sign of Virgo, you lead the work and your professional life and your personal life. You are a real little soldier. However, be careful not to exceed the limits, because in terms of your well-being towards the 19th, it can quickly spoil. So instead, release the pressure. It will allow you to relax. After all, you have the right to take a little time just for yourself. The strong Virgo shines when others need them. They want to reassure that they serve without expecting anything in return. So nice of you guys. At work, it's different. You let others believe that you agree with everything, yet you do things your own way.
Interesting. So it's like, yeah, I'll do this way, but really they're not following protocols.
Yeah, not following themselves or their true selves. In a relationship, at the beginning of the month, a slight malaise settles in your relationship. It will be up to you to identify the reasons. You are looking for a way of this little crisis, but your amazement, your other half takes the lead. You are relieved and very satisfied.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you might have like a little bump, and you might identify this bump, and maybe it'll bring you a lot of satisfaction. So maybe something that you've been troubleshooting with your partner, or something that was brought up multiple times, and that maybe it finally came into your self-awareness, and you guys will work that out.
Yeah. And it says let your other half take the lead. So, if you're going to be struggling that month, talk to your significant other, and, maybe whatever advice they produce, you should maybe go with that advice.
Yeah. From the 13th, the planets give you multiple possibilities to meet people. You are not necessarily on the defensive, but you remain suspicious. A person catches your eye, you let yourself be charmed. The attraction is reciprocal. There is a closeness in the air. You let your guard down for the single people.
That could be either a good thing or a bad thing. Depends if you are ready for a relationship or you're not, right? Because if you're not, then you gotta be careful, because they're gonna suck you in. But if you are, maybe you should open up.
It seems like a very analytical sign, right? So they have like a lot of worry in who they let into their life.
Yeah.
As far as from a single standpoint here.
100%. I know someone that's a Virgo, and yeah, definitely are that way. Next one is Libra. Dates are September 23rd to October 22nd. Your strengths.
Dan.
It's a what?
To Buddy Dan.
Yeah. Your strengths are cooperative, diplomatic, gracious, fair-minded, social. Weaknesses are indecisive, avoids confrontations, will carry a grudge, self-pity. Libra likes harmony, gentleness, sharing with others, the outdoors. Libra dislikes violence, injustice, loudmouth, conformity. He played quite a bit of shit of Call of Duty, so I don't know about that disliking violence, but
It seems like with people, he might be more of a harmonious diplomat, where he's not seeking, he's not seeking problems, but he's more of a problem solver, where he's just trying to negotiate terms and have harmony within himself.
He definitely was social. When he was younger, he was very social, yeah.
Like the good scales that you are, you seek your balance, but you as a second, you seem destabilized by the situation which you do not control. However, the stars protect you since you succeeded where you thought you had failed. It's a great victory. Around November 17th, opportunities arise. The planets offer you a quite extraordinary possibilities if you have to travel, change jobs, or move. Damn, sounds like a big move in November.
So he's gonna come visit us for a little bit.
Yeah, Texas, let's go, Dan. By giving priorities to your goals, you multiply your chances of success. Even your wacky ideas find takers. If you're looking for a comfortable life, the changes that are coming will satisfy you. In family, the relationships are cordial and sincere. The bonds are strong. Around the 26th, new contracts are favored. You attract sympathy.
All right, it's a pretty good month for Dan too, especially with like family and significant others. So, Dan, and Libras, if you are in a relationship, as a couple, you express your desires. Your partner is all ears. Between you, communication goes well. Together, you consider future projects. You have found your balance. Your relationship brings you a total fulfillment. You do not need anything else. The love of your other half is enough for you. And that's probably true right now for Dan, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're single, you like to please and charm. The Libra is flirtatious, and this cocktail makes you irresistible. Whether you choose a one-night affair or a stable relationship for a long term, you give it your all. Seduction is your area of expertise. Whether at work or in the evening, you turn heads.
Straight business.
Dan, Dan's business.
And it seems like in this month, you're going to finally find some stability when it comes to personal work life, where you're going to be more grounded towards the end of the month. So good for you guys. Keep
it up.
Keep it up, yeah. Scorpios, dates are October 23rd to November 21st. Some strengths of a Scorpio are resourceful, powerful, brave, passionate, a true friend. Their weakness is distrusting, jealousy, manipulative, and violent. Some of Scorpio likes are truth, facts, being right, talents, teasing, and passion. Some Scorpio dislikes are dishonesty, revealing secrets, superficiality, and small talk.
Yeah. Okay. So I've worked with a few Scorpios back in my prior hospital, and definitely, she definitely loved the truth. So she hated when people lied to her. She hated that shit. And I don't know about the small talk, but yeah, she was definitely all about the truth. Interesting. So that's definitely accurate for that one. So for November, if you're a Scorpio, at the beginning of the month, doubts and many questions emanate from your mind. As of November 10th, you move on. Everything becomes less messy in your head. Everything is more evident. You decide to give a new meaning to your life. You start to set up professional projects. Be careful not to raise the bar too high. Then it's time for your personal project to see the light, which is worth the busy schedule. Everything is well set, and love and all that. Have you thought about it? Oh, it's a question. I forgot how to read it as a question. I read it as a statement. Whatever. Towards the 21st, the changes are announced. You have the energy to spare. Happiness is at hand. The beneficial action of the planets makes you want to dedicate yourself to your family life, your relationship, or to create new encounters.
This sign has a lot of passion. Passion and very hardworking for sure. And when it comes to being a Scorpion relationships, there's a good understanding between couples. Each one finds their equilibrium. Their basics are solid. You are very easily agreeable, which facilitates everyday life. Between you two, everything is fluid. This mutual benevolence is palpable from the outside. In anticipation of the end of the year, you could embark on a project related to a vacation.
That's interesting because they are supposed to be, passionate and like honesty. So they're probably good with communication. So if you have a good communication relationship, you're going to have all those positive things.
So if you're with somebody that's a Scorpio, cherish that they respect loyalty. And it makes sense because there's some people that you can lie to and whatever, they could sweep it underneath the rug, but there's some people that take it to heart and, that's their basis of character. They need that so much.
Yeah.
So if you're a single Scorpio, a romantic meeting could happen from November 22nd. The stars breathe good energy. Love comes to you. You You have no effort to make. If you are afraid of being disappointed, you are being restrained. The planets prove you wrong.
Damn, interesting. 'Cause I feel like all the zodiac signs prior to Scorpio, some shit's gonna go down if you're single. But this one, it's like you got to be careful.
Yeah, instead, because your weakness is distrusting, so just lean in more into that. Because naturally they're more afraid. They feel like something's always going to happen. They maybe they look in the worst situations.
Yeah, but it's kind of interesting because they're also very truthful. So it's like they're very honest, and I guess they don't think people are honest with them.
So they feel guarded because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost maybe that's why scorpions have such a big venom as a species. They're soft as an animal, or is it an insect? It's an insect. As a scorpion, whatever reptilian, I don't know, man, but it's a damn species on this planet. It has like this giant stinger that could kill somebody and these claws, but really they just want love and be soft.
I guess.
I don't know. I'm just speculating here, but that's how I feel. Sometimes people at like the gym or wherever I see them, like these big ass guys usually that are like huge, or that one party we went to, it's like these these guys that have like the shell of hardness and toughness. They're really just soft inside. They just want like a good old hug.
Yeah, do you hug them? Yeah, do you ask them in the gym if you could give them a hug?
Nah, man.
Next time you see a big guy that's looking at me and pumping some iron, be like, "Hey, bro, you need a hug?"
Yeah.
Maybe that's maybe
What are you
like,
compensating, man? I'll give you a hug, bro. Give them out for free.
Yeah. Oh man, next is the Sages. Ready for the Sages?
Yes.
All right, man.
I don't know much about them, but we mentioned them a few times on the podcast. We laughed about it, so.
Oh, you man.
Let's do it. So Sagittarius, November 22nd to December 21st. Their strengths are generous, idealistic, with a great sense of humor. Some weaknesses are promises more than they can deliver. Almost sounded like somebody, but they're not. Very impatient, will say anything no matter how undiplomatic. Seems like a very truthful and blunt person. Sagittarius likes freedom, travel, philosophy, being outdoors. Some dislikes are clingy people, being constrained, and off-the-wall theories. Details, they're courageous, they're energetic, and they're one of the zodiac signs that love traveling.
Interesting. Yeah, because you know how there's always like those memes like, "Oh, she must be a Sag." I mean, you can think about it. Yeah, like idealistic but great sense of humor. Promising more than could deliver. Oh, it's such a Sag. Probably why they make those memes out of them. Yeah. So first November for you Sages out there. Good news, dear Sagittarius. At the beginning of the month, the planets slow down your projects, but only so you can act better afterwards. From the 13th, your projects are set for the long term. The realization is close. You put away your impatience. You are ready to take your time. You are on the road to success. Opportunities arise. The time for change has come. From the 19th, the stars teach you to surf on novelty. You transform due to the tests. You are on the brink of achieving a feat. In return, you will be asked to remain constant. Strokes of luck punctuate the month. In your private life, it's something else. The hour of truth has come. If you have anything to say, now is the time to do it. The exchanges are good. The general atmosphere is beneficial. Damn, well, it's your month, right? November. So you're going to close some doors. It seems like you're going to finish up some projects.
A lot of change.
And don't be afraid to speak your mind. Maybe this is the month where if you don't speak your mind, you're not going to be happy, you're not going to be satisfied, or you're going to attain mediocrity instead of success.
It's interesting because that's their strength, is being very blunt and straightforward. And for some reason in November, they're going to take that exact opposite turn. So it's funny because it's like the universe is just reminding you of who you should be more. Yeah, I like how all that works and how that comes into play. So in your relationship, your partners seduce you. Unless you are blind, their love for you is obvious. Towards the 15th, a nice project in love emerges, far from everything, family or children. A real moment in love. You have nothing to do. Your other's half takes care of everything. Reservations, activities, leisure. What a beautiful program. Yeah. So it's going to be a good relationship life there.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a good month. Seems like you're going to, may make a baby here if you don't be careful,
Yeah, and it seems like just take less charge in November. Let things come to you. Let your partner make the decision making and everything. And as a single, dear singles, the past may resurface. A person comes back to your court. If at first you are surprised, the approximation is smooth. Everything is going very well for you until the end of the month. Life is full of surprises.
So it seems like the ball is in the court of a Sag, huh?
Yes, it is.
Damn,
You
dude.
get to decide if you want to keep that partner out or not as a single person.
Yeah, gotta be careful, guys. Capricorn is the next one. So the Capricorn dates are December 22nd to January 19th. Your strengths are responsible, disciplined, self-control, and good-mannered. Your weaknesses are you're a know-it-all, unforgiving, condescending, expecting the worst. Capricorns like family, tradition, music, understated status, quality craftsmanship. And a Capricorn dislikes almost everything at some point. Well, that's some shit. That's some shit. Damn, dude. You dislike almost everything at some point. So eventually something gets boring to you, it seems like, or you just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But then I wonder if they could bounce back, though.
I never met a Capricorn. For you, Capricorn, the month is half-hearted. Before starting anything, you have things to settle. If you expect new and sensational things, you may go hungry. The first week seems hesitant, so do not do anything that could compromise your plans or make yourself discreet.
Interesting. So don't do anything too ambitious, huh?
Yeah.
Lay low.
And even though they naturally get bored with things and they always want to have new things come into their life. Situations you have never faced make you doubt your abilities. It is only at the end of the second week that the difficulties dissipate. Your talents are put to the test. You are tested. You are confident enough. You gain credibility. The last 15 days, everything is better. The energy of the stars allow you to succeed in all your projects. You will. You will receive compliments from your loved ones, and the family circle is welded.
Seems kind of like a rough month for them, right?
First half, yes.
You gotta stay low for a little bit, and then finally, after you stay low for a little bit, then you're finally going to, regain your baseline.
It seems like you're going to learn the lesson of getting bored easily and always needing new things. Yeah. And if you continue doing that and you don't stay to your, as much as it sounds like you should be more in the comfort zone for that month, and if you're going to seek new things, it seems like life will punish you and it'll teach you a lesson.
Yeah, damn. So in your love life, if you are in a relationship, you've seen better times. Damn, rough month for Capricorns, dude. You've seen better times, especially in the first fortnight. You may be tired of the routine or have little difficulty in situating yourself in your relationship. This explains the small malaise that settles in your relationship. Very quickly, everything calms down. Your partner does everything to distract you. And if you're single, for a good part of the month, you will see a little capricious? No, I have no idea what that means. You're going to seem a little capricious. Then you learn to appreciate the people who revolve around you. Your nervousness disappears. You become more pleasant and less demanding. Around the 14th, the stars place someone along your path. You know how to recognize it. Damn. So yeah, it's going to be a definitely rough month in November for Capricorns, but then there's that light at the end of the tunnel after the 14th. Someone's going to come in your life potentially and maybe, regain you that energy that you lost that month.
And you have the will to succeed in any of those projects, whether it's a work task or whether it's that girl you saw on the street or guy in this case that you're telling yourself, I'm not enough, and you are. Capricorns, good luck for that month of November.
Hang in there, we got you.
So Aquarius, dates are if you were born between November 20th and February 18th. Some of your strengths are progressive, original, independent, humanitarian. Weaknesses are runs from emotional expression, temperamental, uncompromising, a fool. Aquarius likes fun with friends, risky business, fighting for causes, intellectual conversations. Some dislikes are limitations, broken promises, being lonely, dull or boring situations.
So you know who's an Aquarius? Our other friend Luke. Luke D.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's an Aquarius, dude. So, Luke, if you're listening, for November, this is it right here. At the beginning of the month, you are losing speed. There's a small drop in energy or a lack of will. You lag. You might decide to take a step back, just to decompress. Your situation does not change. You are tired. The stars allow you to take breaks. Do not hesitate to look inside yourself and reflect in depth on your real desires. As far as the social field is concerned, around the 16th of November, you are surrounded by good allies. They help you and you develop beautiful ideas. Very nice proposals come to you, you flourish. The family supports you. Feeling supported is good for you, yet you try not to build castles in the sky too quickly. Interesting. So it seems like in November, in the beginning, you're going to be kind of more self-reflective, more in with yourself, trying to figure out. And then once you kind of figure that out, towards the end of the month, you're able to, build these castles. But don't put them too quickly. Don't jump to it too much. And it's funny because, Luke's always down to have fun with friends. Like he's always down to pull like all-nighters and shit. And the risky business, he's always down to do some shit.
He never says no to a good situation.
Yeah, man.
Maybe because of the boring. He dislikes being bored and he feels lonely. So instead, he's always searching for the next kind of like challenge or situation or something that's going to bring him friendships or And
he's very independent, dude. Like he came here by himself and shit, progressive, humanitarian. Yeah, this is pretty much him.
So in your relationship, you lead your relationship with an iron fist. If you are running your own business, be careful your partner does not agree with you. They will also say, so show a minimum of flexibility and everything will be better between you two. So be a little bit more flexible. Yeah. If you're single, the stars could surprise you. Without searching, you can meet someone nice. Initially, a friendly relationship can eventually evolve into a loving relationship. Around November 20th, everything is going faster. Your emotions sparkle. You are happy. This month ends under a good aspect. So as they say, there's no such things as no strings attached. You might be with somebody or doing something and you might just start to like them.
Yeah.
Lean into that.
100%. Yeah. Regarding a business thing, if you're a business owner or working on a project, let your significant other have a little say in it too.
Yes.
So next is Pisces. Pisces, you want to read it off because it's yours?
I'll read it. And supposedly, the reason why the Pisces is the last sign is, I don't know why it's the last sign, but because it is, supposedly they're one of the wisest signs in this astrology birth chart because they take a little bit of every single sign. Also, maybe that's why I'm so complicated. I'm joking.
Maybe, dude.
February 19th to March 20th. Strengths are compassionate, artistic, intuitive, gentle, wise, musical. I got to get on an instrument. Weakness, fearful, overly trusting, sad, desire to escape reality, can be a victim. Pisces likes being alone, hell yeah. Love, sleeping, music, romance, swimming, and spiritual themes. I'm on that spiritual vibe. Pisces dislikes know-it-all, being criticized, the past coming back to haunt, cruelty of any kind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let me read your November one for you, dude. So for you, Pisces, the month of November is sunny. Luck and confidence are back. The planets are shaking up your little habits. A little shaken at first, you do it very quickly. This fuss is destabilizing, but for the right reasons. You could see it as a way to change your destiny. Your projects put the wind in your sails in terms of novelty. You seem delighted with these transformations. The second week is significant. Indeed, everything is played out at this time. You find financial support. Your ideas are reliable and viable. You have support. Your projects are concrete with a bonus. A satisfactory collaboration exceeding all of your expectations. The end of the month is very favorable. Although calmer on a general level, this month could be decisive. So you got a big ass start to the month. Smooth. It's going to calm down towards the end.
Jeez, I'm going to put my sails on November 1st and just set sail to whatever I'm going to be. And I can't be fearful, which is one of my weaknesses. I just have to embrace all these expectations or journeys that are coming into my life.
So it's going to be a little shaky in the beginning, but it's for you.
It's a storm. All right. So in the relationship, there is room for tenderness as a couple. You are good together and it's obvious. With your partner, you are fusional. You multiply the tender gestures. Your complicity is beautiful to see. Throughout this month, between you and everything flows. No clouds are on the horizon. Some sunny weather for November. And if you're single, the feelings you have for someone makes you believe in love again. If you have been in contact only for a few days, your relationship grows. It takes on importance. You start envisioning a future for you two in the very near future. It's a chance to seize.
Damn, seems like you're gonna get cuffed up.
Whatever girl's coming in November, man.
Dude,
she's
They're telling me I'm gonna get a cowgirl. You're gonna get a cowgirl too, dude. We'll both go hunting, dude.
Texas.
First day is gonna be tracking. You and your girl's gonna be tracking, and I will be doing the killing.
And then we'll go on a sailboat or something down in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
So we could jump into a little bit of our chart now, just kind of briefly talk about it. So there's what we mentioned are usually, if it describes you as a person, it's your sun sign. So my sun sign is Pisces, as I said, and the sun sign determines your ego, identity, and role in life. It's the core of who you are. So fundamentally, I'm dreamy, insightful, and in my own world. I exist on a chaotic plane of divine that is not all material. That's why I really like spiritual themes. Your rich imagination endows you with a strong intuition for hidden emotional currents. And now there's the moon. So moon, I have in Gemini. Whoop, whoop, whoop. The moon rules your emotions, moods, and feelings. That is likely the sign you most think of yourself as, since it reflects your personality, whether you're alone or deeply comfortable. So my emotions in Gemini, self is often restless and unsettled. You're extremely adaptable, which sometimes makes you feel pulled in too many directions. You are easily bored and need to feel like you are free to be creative and create meaning, which makes you feel like you are constantly identifying crises. I definitely am adaptable to everything, and I could feel like, especially being in Chicago with being all of our friends and family, it's like I'm pulled like 6 directions. And I always have to kind of be decisive of what I want to do, what really serves me. My ascendant is in Scorpio, which is the mask that you present to the people. It can be seen in your personal style of how you come off to the people when you first meet. That's why some people are probably... people told me I'm intimidating before, and that's probably why, because my mask to the people is Scorpio as this brave, powerful person. You come across as passionate, incisive, cunning, strategic, and perceptive. Your intense and tenacious drive comes off as intimidating and powerful. It is not malicious or aggressive, and it's not. And it's kind of funny. I read that, and that's how I feel, and that's what people have described.
Yeah. All right, so for me, my sun is in Gemini. The sun determines your ego, identity, and the role in life. It's the core of who you are and is the sign you're most likely to already know. So I am fundamentally dynamic, quick-witted, eclectic. How do you say that word? My reading incapabilities are coming in. Dyslexia is kicking it right now. I'm gonna skip that word. I'm curious, supposedly.
Almost sounds like a typo, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but it's not highlighted in red. Eclectic. I'm curious. Fascinated by everything, your childlike energy is often scattered in a million directions. On a social level, this may come off as gossipy or flaky. It's in your 5th house, meaning you feel the need to distinguish yourself from others through romance, self-expression, creativity, and pleasure. I'm sure I always like to be different, dude.
It's a taste from a broad and diverse range of sources.
So I like to dabble in a lot of different things.
Yep.
Yeah, if you go through my YouTube history, yeah, it's definitely all over the place.
Do you want me to do a pronunciation for Google? Oh,
She doesn't know how to say it either, dude.
No, it's
how am I supposed to know?
Eclectic.
Eclectic. Damn Polish.
My moon is in Virgo. The moon rules your emotions, moods, and feelings. This is likely the sign you most think of yourself as, since it reflects your personality when you're alone or deeply comfortable. Your emotional self is analytical, responsible, and pacifying. A bundle of nerves, you struggle with a need to be pure that may come out in self-sacrificing or nitpicky tendencies. It's in your 8th house, meaning you find security and safety through darkness, taboos, rebirth, sex, and transformation.
You got that darkness in
I like the dark music, dude. Yeah, I definitely have some the darkness in me for sure. But yeah, this is kind of and the nervousness for sure. Like I'm always nervous. I'm always anxiety stricken all the time. Like even in simple things.
You wake up ready to go.
Yeah, I do wake up ready to go. But the nervousness for sure. Like even little things. Like I know how to control it because I know like there's no reason to be nervous, but I still get nervous.
See, and that's like the question. Like, can you, if you work on yourself so damn hard, can you completely change that when you're conscious, or is that like a baseline that's always part of who you are?
I think it's more of like acceptance. Like I'm always this way, but I know just because my mind is this way doesn't mean I have to be.
Yes.
Just like the same thing where just because you have certain thoughts doesn't mean you are those thoughts, right? Because sometimes we have some fucked up thoughts and it's not really who we truly are.
True.
You know? And my ascending is an Aquarius. Your ascendant is the mask you present to people. It can be seen in your personal style and how you come off to people when you first meet. Some say it becomes less relevant as you get older. Change every 2 hours. You come across as broad-minded, intellectual, and prone to abstraction, though somewhat detached or abrupt in your dealings with the real world. Excuse me. Your unconventional interests may seem, once again, another word, eccentric or pretentious to others, or pretentious to others.
You're definitely intellectual, so you come off as this intelligent person that speaks on the podcast.
But I still feel like I'm the best person in the room everywhere I go. But that's just what it is. But it's interesting. Yeah, this Aquarius stuff, like I guess, prone to abstraction through somewhat detached or abrupt in your dealings with the real world. So yeah, somewhat like a detached, like reality and like what it should be and what I think it should be and like what it actually is. Like sometimes I try to prove facts wrong, in my own way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Those nitpicky tendencies, huh?
Yeah. That's what it is.
All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of learning the 12 zodiac signs and what they mean and knowing what your horoscope is going to be for November. So watch out for everyone listening. November might be interesting. And if there was any facts behind this or you noticed how November was, reach out to us. Let us know. We're curious on how accurate this horoscope was for November.
Yeah, and or even go on our Instagram and just drop us your horoscope. And that way we could figure out if we have a certain amount of Aquariuses as listeners or viewers, or a certain amount of Geminis or Pisces, so we get to know, we could gear content better towards you because we know your weaknesses and your strengths.
Thank you everyone for listening.
Peace out.